Hello, hello. Happy Thursday. Welcome. And in case you didn't know, yes, it's my birthday. Thank you all for all your great birthday wishes today. It made today really special for a day that was kind of weird. Um, I posted in our Facebook group earlier this week that I was going to try and not have it be completely all about the world and try and stay here in our little crafty world, but sometimes we need to share and feel comfortable doing it. So we're good. Everyone is fine. We are in a stay home state, so we are staying home. We've been doing that for a couple of weeks anyway, just to be super cautious. I have my mom is 88 and I'm her primary caregiver, so I want to make sure that she stays well. And we've just kind of built our little circle and we're good. So fortunately, my circle includes Grace and Lucy and Sarah and Bob. Grace and Lucy are my granddaughters and my mom and my husband. So that's my circle. And it includes 2 locations, so that's awesome. Are you, Shannon? They just canceled our schools till the rest of the year. My daughter is a nurse educator teaching new nurses at a state college here in Vermont. So she's working through that whole scenario. Bob is a chef, so we will not starve to death. Bob's doing a lot of cooking while he's home, which is awesome. So yeah, I had a good birthday dinner. We had burgers because that was Grace's request, which was great. And I thought, oh, I'll come share with you. Anywho, but I wanted to share something really different tonight. So I hope everyone is well. Please stay home and let's see if we can't slow this down because there's too many of us. We don't want anybody getting sick. And it's not the best. I told you last week about my kids. My 2 older boys both came down with the virus. Josh is doing really well. He had a really mild case. Ryan is doing much better. He struggled a little bit longer, but he's doing much better. So thank you for your well wishes and your prayers. I think we're on the road. So I guess that's all I got for you about my personal life here. One of the things, whoops, I gotta turn my volume off on that. One of the things that I've been posting for you a lot is I've brought Cricut back into my world. Every now and then I bring it back. It doesn't ever really go anywhere. In fact, it's right over here. You know, she never really goes anywhere. Hey, Mary Lou. But she's become a little bit more important, and I added the baby Joy to my stable of Cricuts. And because of the uncertainty in our world, and what I've been telling you all along is that you need to use what you have. Yeah, I'm still a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and yep, I still sell stamping supplies. I do. And I sell paper and stamps and all kinds of cool stuff. But I also know that you have a lot of stuff. And I know that times might feel uncertain. And I don't want you to feel like, well, if I don't buy something, she won't be here. I'm still here. So what I'm offering also is I'm doing different project classes. I'm trying to keep them really inexpensive so that you can use what you have and you can still come to class. And I can still do what I do. So this month we're doing 30 Cricut projects, 1 a day, and I make them so they work with the Joy. They're all custom, they're all created just for this class. They're not any of the ones in the Cricut program. And I've been posting them for you so that you can see them, but you can definitely use these files. They're SVGs. You can use them in other full-size Cricuts too. It's this one that limits what you can do. The others have a full-on 12 by 12 mat, so clearly it's going to fit. The only thing that this has, and we're going to be adding some little tricks to this next week, I hope, is you can use this card mat with the regular Cricut. So we'll be working on that, not in the Joy class, but I've got some classes coming up for other people. It's really fun. I absolutely love the Cricut Joy, and I really wasn't positive. I thought, oh, it's another toy. I don't need it. But I wanted to play with it tonight a little bit. So every day the people in my class get a project. And the project might have just a tutorial. It might have a video. I go live once a week on Friday night with everybody and we do a Zoom. So it's really fun. It's really a fun, I think anyway. I'm having a great time with it. So this is today's project for the Zoom class, or I'm sorry, for the Joy class. But I thought we'd share it with you while we do it. So here we go. First things first, you're going to need a card base. And most of our card bases, it's seriously easier to just take your 8.5 by 11, cut it in half with your trimmer, and then score it at 4 1/4. It truly is. Things that are one cut really make it just so much easier to just use your trimmer. So we're going to score at 4 1/4. And there is our card base. I mean, seriously, too simple. Hey, Dolly. Hello, Melanie. Okay, so we're going to start with that. I'm using, and I put the, this is all in the free classroom too, so that you can explore with us as well. I'm using that, oh, I never remember its name. Something punch. It's this paper that matches all of our punches. Right, and you can write inside. Oh, I hear what you're saying, Wanda. I know, we can do writing inside the card. It's the coolest thing since sliced bread. Super cool. Okay, so we have this. Oh, Marion, I heard that you were laid off. But you have your dog, right? Marion is a canine officer, and I'm hoping that, but she's a retired canine officer who is still working with canines, right? Am I saying that right? She'll tell us. So I'm going to take a piece of this, and I actually put the links in there. Hi, Gloria. And I'm going to cut this down so that it'll fit on that little mat. I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/2 by 6. All right? Okie dokie. So let me show you I'm going to show you what it looks like in Design Space. Oh, I don't want to update right now. Can I do it later? It wants me to do it now. All right, we got to do it now. Never mind, we'll come back and do something else while it updates. Okay, so in the short term, while Cricut does its thing, it's doing it quick. Oh, this is going to be funny, you guys, and I'm going to see this live with you where this update is. Because I understand from lots of other people that it looks super different. So, hey, we'll all look different together. All right, so now I'm updated. I'm going to go into this one. I'm going to customize it so that you can look at it. Oh, it looks okay. Doesn't look that weird. All right, so this is the SVG that I give you. Remember, you upload those using upload image, figure out where you kept it, and then you're going to bring it in, okay? So you bring it in. You'll notice when you bring this one in that there is, I turned mine off already, there is a font layer if you wanted to put a title on it. Okay? So no worries about that. You don't have to use it. I'm going to just turn it off because we're not going to do that right now. This is what we're doing. So this piece matches this piece, right? So that's what I'm going to cut the bunny out of. So I'm going to do that one first. And then if you look at the other one, this one is going to get cut out of Whisper White. Oh, because this updated, folks are telling me to look at the fonts and images. So let's look at images. Ooh, Ooh, so different. Look at that. Oh, I like it. Ooh, that's super cool. I love that everything's right here and it's not like kind of tucked over in the corner and you can search. Oh, that's really cool. Fonts are going to make me crazy though, huh? Ooh, that is neat. I like that. Very nice. All right, we'll play with that another day. So let's make this little bunny. So we're gonna make it, and it asks you what mat do you want it on. I want it on the regular, not the card. I'm clearly not using without a mat. That's only for, whoops, are you seeing this? I should make that bigger, right? Hold on, let me get off of that. There, sorry. I'm just, too many buttons to push. There's options when you're going to use the Joy. You can use the smart material, and that's for Cricut's special material that goes in without a mat, not your normal. I'm using Stampin' Up! Material, so I'm going to use the regular mat. It's just itty bitty. And I'm going to say done. So it's going to load this one first, and then my second mat is down here. So I'm going to say continue. And we're going to go over here. So now we're going to put our paper on our mat. Isn't it the cutest thing you've ever seen? The hardest thing I have with this is using my computer. My Bluetooth in my computer is super slow. I'm going to try this. I'm going to reconnect with this reboot too. Might make life a little complicated. Let's try that and see if it works better. It did. Now it's much happier. Okay. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to choose medium cardstock. All the Stampin' Up! The medium cardstock is the setting I use for Stampin' Up! Designer Series paper, and my regular Whisper White, I use the same, medium cardstock. So what's lovely about this Joy is you just set this in here and it feeds it. I didn't do anything. There's no buttons to push, nothing. It just does it. Over on the screen, it says to make sure I have the tools in, my blade's right here, and it says press go, which I press on my screen, and then it's going to cut. Super cute, right? Now it's going to cut out the bunny. And then I'm going to tell it to unload on my computer screen. And it does. Okay, so we're going to take this off. And then we're going to carefully take this. All right. This is going to go right here on the front of my card. A little bit of snail. Alrighty. Whoops. Okay, so that's ready. I'm going to save this bunny. And now I'm going to put Whisper White, which is the next load. Now, what if you don't have a Cricut Joy and you really like this card? Well, in the classroom, the free classroom, the one I'm always telling you to go to karamiller.com. What did I tear off of the bunny? Oh, it was the outside. So on the mat, I had this, and then I had this piece in it. So it was just the outside piece, the leftover. If you go to karamiller.com and you click on Classroom and you join the 2020 live classes, it's free. you will find in the classroom, you will find a PDF that you can print out. You'll have to figure out what size you want it to be because your printer is going to be different, but you can print out a PDF and you can cut your bunny with your scissors if you want to. All right, I'm ready to do the next one. And what this one is going to do is it's going to be this little piece. This bunny is what's cutting out right now. So then you need some dimensionals. Right. And we're going to unload. And we are done with this little baby. And we're just going to push it out of our way. It's so handy. And we're going to take this off. Now, I know when we talk about using Cricut before, if you've been a Cricut person, I will tell you to flip your mat over and take it away. Same thing happens here. It's just the tiniest little mat you could ever use. It's so cute. And you know I like anything little. Okay, so here's our bunny. There's this little piece here to kind of make his tail separate from his body. And we're going to flip him over. And I flipped him a couple times, so I want to make sure I fit him, because he does only fit one way. If I flipped him over this way, he's not going to fit in the hole, right? So make sure you have right side up, which is kind of hard to tell sometimes out of white. Flip him over, and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. Now what I did was I put 3 on his head. And then down here, one on each foot and one on his tail. And then I put 2 on each ear. So you put them down first, take off your backing, and then add another one on top because I want his ears to stick up a little bit more than him. Line those right up on top. Right? Alrighty. And now Mr. Bunny is going to go here. Don't stick his ears down hard yet. Stick him. Clearly I didn't take off enough of these things. Stamp and dimensional. Oh, you definitely can. They come in Design Space. So yeah, you can. They'll work on anything that uses Design Space. They're SVGs. The only thing, what is unique to the Joy is the size of it. So for example, a simple SVG is too big to cut on a regular size Cricut mat. Or, I'm sorry, a simple can't be cut with the Joy because it's too big. It won't fit on this little size mat. So these SVGs were created specifically to fit on this one, but they will definitely fit on a bigger one. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we're not going to stick the ears down real heavy because we're going to take a piece of ribbon and lift up an ear and tuck it just under the neck. Lift up this ear and bring it through, and then you can stick your ears down, okay? And then you're going to tie a bow. Sorry if I made that sound confusing, Becky. They're all SVGs that I'm sharing with you. I've just made them to fit the Joy. And these are all my files. That I've made for this class. Need a little bit more tails here. I might have wasted a little more ribbon, but I can't tie a bow. Right? I hear ya. I'm losing track of days, and the silly thing is, I worked from home before, but the world around me didn't. So, like, I still had outside activities. I don't now. I don't have any outside activities. And my grandkids had all kinds of appointments. My mom had, no one has appointments now. We don't have an appointment. We're just here. Okay, so there's my bunny, right? And then, if you remember, as part of Celebration, when you place a $100 order, this was one of your free item options. It's this really cute flower punch, and it fits this paper. So if you're not using this bunny, which I'm not, I took my punch and I punched out some flowers from the leftover bunny. Even the half a one. Watch, this will work too. Even though you've only got like a part of a flower, it'll work. You just punch out every one you can find that you can get to. One more. I don't know if I can get to this orange one. Oh, I can right there. All right. Okay. And then I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to act like the bunny is smelling the flowers. That's the theory. So I'm going to take a couple of these and give them a dimensional. Stampin' Up! Still has Celebration till the end of this month. They've added a whole bunch of new products because you might have already gotten all the free stuff that you wanted, so they've added some new ones. There's a free thing with a $50 order and free with, and then a different option for a $100 order. Please, I understand no one has to feel guilty if you can't order right now. I'm okay. I'm struggling with even offering paid, anyway. Let's get, you do not need to know my mental issues. Thank you. And one more. So these guys just get put down, right? And you might want to tuck one under another. And then you go right on top like that, right? Super cute, like the bunny's sniffing him. And then I took some, now I have a few left. These champagne rhinestones are on back order, so you can use the basic ones. And you're just going to put one or two on your flowers just to add a little foof. Now you'll notice I didn't stamp anything on this, but I could definitely pick any of my stamp sets and put my message right here, right? This isn't necessarily an Easter birthday. I mean, an Easter card. It could be a birthday card. It could be a thinking of you card. It could be, are you surviving quarantine? How are you doing? We've got a, we started out saying send cards to isolated seniors, but I think now a lot of isolated people are out there. I don't think it has to be necessarily a senior that's struggling with this. So if you've got friends that you think need a little note, this is the card for today. And just in case you're wondering about some of the other the cards that we're doing this month, here's one of them. Here's another. Actually, I have two chickies. Yesterday's card was a work in progress. I didn't actually finish my card yet, but this is yesterday's card. And there's kind of tricks that go with them. There are classes and tutorials for each day. If you're interested, you can always jump in. We're only on week 1. And we do have a live class on Friday night. So if you're interested in that class, it's in the classroom. You'll see it. I've also added a couple of, I put my very first Weekend in Vermont retreat. If you weren't, some of you may have already been to it. You may already own it. It may be in your list of classes. It was a few years ago. But I opened that back up to enroll, and it's free, and there's tons of SVGs in there. So if it's something that you're just looking for something to do, you could pretend you were here for a weekend. We recorded everything that weekend from eating dinner to chit-chatting. There's a lot of stuff to watch. You could binge watch us here. You'll also notice that it was not my finest camera work or my best audio, but there's a lot of SVGs in that classroom. So if you're looking for some, or you can't remember where yours are, there's a bunch in there to download. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Stay safe. Love your families. Hug your pets. At least they don't have any viruses. They're safe. And fingers crossed that spring is coming. We got our summer furniture out today, so that is a good sign. I can work on the deck now. So I'll be sitting out on the deck with my laptop. You guys have a great night. I'll see you all soon. Thank you so much for coming.